Good evening, everybody. Hello, and a very warm welcome to all of you to our channel Indian Mass Communication. आज इस वीडियो लेक्चर में हम लोग एक बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग इम्पॉर्टेंट कॉन्सेप्ट कवर करेंगे विच इज़ लिमिटेड इफेक्ट्स थ्योरी मॉडल्स ऑफ mass communication. Okay, and this will be continuation from our last class. So I'm also going to do a quick recall. लास्ट क्लास में हम लोगों ने डायरेक्ट इफेक्ट्स के बारे में बात किया था. सो वी आर लर्निंग अबाउट मीडिया थ्योरीज एंड वी लर्नड अबाउट डायरेक्ट इफेक्ट्स. सो हमने देखा था कि मीडिया किस तरह से डायरेक्ट इन्फ्लुएंस करता है लोगों के परसेप्शन को, बिलीव्स को. ओके, जब हमने हाइपोडर्मिक नीडल थ्योरी के बारे में बात किया था, हैरेल लासवेल, वॉल्टर लिपमैन के बारे में बात किया था और हमने उससे रिलेटेड हिस्टोरिकल कॉन्टेक्स्ट समझे थे. ओके, सो इन दिस क्लास वी आर गोइंग टू लुक एट द लिमिटेड इफेक्ट्स पर्सपेक्टिव ऑफ मीडिया थ्योरीज. ओके, इन विच वी आर गोइंग टू कवर two very important theories. One is two-step flow and other is users and gratification theory, which are very important, and we are also going to solve several PYQs from our UGC NET exam and also from SET NET exams. So welcome to everybody. We have with us Bidhan, Kirti, Swag Kanya, Prachi, Sudeshna, and I can see other people also joining. सो उससे पहले हम स्टार्ट करें, आप मुझे बताइए कि आपको मेरी आवाज़ क्लियर आ रही है. कैन यू सी मी प्रॉपरली? ऑल द विजुअल्स एंड टेक्निकल पार्ट इज ओके? देन वी शैल मूव फॉरवर्ड. So if you are new to my channel, my name is Tushar Goyal. I am a Ph.D. research scholar at Center for Media Studies, JNU, and I have also qualified JRF and other media related exams. So if you are preparing for any kind of media exam, you can join us, subscribe to our channel, and Telegram group, our website. So link to all of them are in our description box. Another thing, up till now we have covered several theories. So we have also covered normative theories. We have also covered technological determinism. Okay, we have also covered propaganda theories. Okay, we have also covered agenda setting, then critical theories. We have also covered Indian school of thought or Indian theories. Okay, and all these theories are listed in the playlist, so you can cover all of them. We are now going to in the future lessons we are going to learn about the socio-psychological theories like spiral of silence. Okay, then attitude change theories, all these theories. Okay, then we are also going to cover internet theories like network society and Manuel Castle and cybernetics. Okay, cyber culture, which is very important. So we are going to group them in several lectures. In the coming future we are going to learn about internet theories. Okay, or we can say new media theories, the idea of convergence theory. Okay, then we are also going to cover, say, cultural theories. The one lecture is going to be about cultural theories. So the hegemony, representational theories, Stuart Hall, all these scholars come under cultural theories. So till now I assume that you have already covered these 7-8 lectures which are already in the playlist. If you have not, please cover them timely. And on our mock test series group there is a test which will be live on 22nd January for the people who are in the mock test series. It will be having 100 questions just on media theories. Okay, so it will include all the PYQs of last 5 years and some new questions from SET NET exams. Okay, so prepare well for that test. From now every test should be like a final test. Okay, after the test you can also go through all the explanations. Okay, now let us begin. So last class में आप लोगों ने देखा था कि media was having a direct influence or it was like a hypodermic needle. ठीक है, जिस तरह से हैरेल लासवेल कह रहे थे या वॉल्टर लिपमैन कह रहे थे. इन दिस लेक्चर वी आर गोइंग टू लुक एट द अनदर पर्सपेक्टिव विच इज लिमिटेड इफेक्ट्स. सो व्हाट इज लिमिटेड इफेक्ट्स? इट सजेस्ट्स दैट मीडिया इज नॉट as powerful as other forms of media such as interpersonal communication or the theory of users and gratification. So two-step flow theory, it was a very important theory. Okay, it was year and proponents are very important in the recent exams. Okay, so you can go you can access our mock test on our application as well as our website. So I will post the link of website also in our Telegram group. Okay, so the two-step flow theory, it was formulated in 1944. So there is always a confusion. Always remember, this theory was first formulated in 1944 and then it was published in this book called People's Choice. पहले हम इस theory को समझते हैं, ये संक्षिप्त में समझेंगे, then we will be learning about this theory in detail. Okay, so this theory hypothesizes that the mass media, the idea flows from mass media to opinion leaders first. So keyword is opinion leader. इस थ्योरी के अनुसार जो मास मीडिया की जो आइडियाज़ होते हैं थ्योरी में, जो मीनिंग क्रिएशन होता है, अनलाइक हाइपोडर्मिक नीडल थ्योरी, ये जो मास मीडिया से जो इन्फॉर्मेशन आती है या जो आप मैसेजेस कह सकते हो, ये पहले सोसाइटी में कुछ ओपिनियन लीडर्स होते हैं. ओके, ये वो लोग होते हैं जिनका एक ट्रस्ट फैक्टर होता है. ओके, जिनकी फॉलोइंग होती है और इनके द्वारा इन मैसेजेस को मास मीडिया के पब्लिक, जनरल पब्लिक के द्वारा के अंदर डिसेमिनेट किया जाता है. ओके, सो फर्स्ट, so there is, as the name suggests, it is a two-step flow instead of single flow which was hypodermic needle. Okay, so there is a, देखो दो स्टेप में ये मैसेज यहाँ पे डिफ्यूज हो रहा है. सो you can take example of anything, say budget. Okay, or in the recent contemporary times, stock market. So there is news every day related to stock markets. Okay, that this company is going to do well or there might be a recession, but this news which is propagated by news media, it is first accepted or declined by the opinion leaders. Who are opinion leaders? So opinion leaders are individual who have expertise. So they can be social media influencers or they have trust factor. Okay, so they have authority in a certain industry and they have audience's trust. So they exist in all level of social structures. Okay, this is very important. They have perceived expertise and trust. So whether it is, say, political news, okay, or whether it's related to economics, how economy is doing, is it doing well or is it not doing well? Okay, this is very, very relevant in contemporary times. Okay, so in the times of social media, this concept of opinion leader becomes very important. Okay, now they have started, so there was a paper in CUET, now they have started asking questions conceptually. So they will give you a statement like a YouTuber, a YouTuber recommends a certain kind of stock. So what kind of theory is this? Is this a spiral of silence theory? Is this the users and gratification theory? Okay, is this a two-step flow theory? So now the new kind of questions are emerging, especially in SET-NET exams. So there was recently a question in CUET, Karnataka SET question. So उसमें आपसे ऐसे स्टेटमेंट बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस पूछ रहे हैं थ्योरी से. वो आपसे पूछेंगे कि एक यूट्यूबर ने एक प्रोडक्ट रिकमेंड किया या कोई एक स्टॉक रिकमेंड किया, what kind of media theory can be applied in this particular situation? Okay, so they can give you option, is this a hypodermic needle theory or is this a users and gratification theory, is this a two-step flow theory? तो आपको इसकी application भी पता होनी चाहिए. Okay, then it was first formulated in 1944 by Paul Lazarsfeld, Berelson and Hazel Gaudet, and it was further published in the book The People's Choice in 1948. Okay, so guys, in 1940s, how this theory was formulated is very important. I am going to solve certain PYQs from this topic and they have asked in-depth questions. Okay, so these people, they did empirical research. What is empirical research? They did quantitative research in the form of surveys. Okay, so they asked people, the voters in 1940s election, so presidential election of America, whether their voting pattern or decision was being manipulated by media. So they found that only little amount of people were there who found the influence of the media to be of paramount importance in their voting pattern decision. Else it was due to some kind of opinion leader or through interpersonal communication. Okay, then The research showed that only 5% of the people changed their voting pattern preferences as a result of media consumption. We are talking about 1940s American presidential election. It is very important. So last year they asked the theory of hypodermic needle or bullet theory was formulated during which war. ठीक है, लास्ट क्लास में हमने सॉल्व किया था. सो इट वॉज ड्यूरिंग वर्ल्ड वॉर 1, 2 और दे ऑल्सो गेव द ऑप्शन ऑफ कारगिल वॉर. सो यू शुड रिमेंबर दीज इंसिडेंट्स ऑल्सो. ओके, देन it found that interpersonal discussions of political issues by opinion leaders were more prevalent than the consumption of political news. Okay, then unlike hypodermic needle, so this was in contrast to direct effects. Okay, it was in contrast to direct effects. This was limited effects or magic bullet theory, which holds that people are directly influenced. इस थ्योरी से ये सजेस्ट किया जा रहा था कि उन जो मीडिया का इन्फ्लुएंस होता है बहुत लिमिटेड होता है एज कंपेयर टू ओपिनियन लीडर्स और इंटरपर्सनल कम्युनिकेशन. ओके, देन इन 1955 सो there was an advancement. So it was republished. Kurtz and Paul Lazarsfeld in 1955 developed a new model of two-step flow of communication to emphasize the interpersonal communication. So guys, this book is very, very important. Many a times they have asked this about this book in match the following questions. Okay, so two-step flow, people's choice. Okay, so people's choice is how the voters make up his mind in the presidential campaign. Okay, so Paul Lazarsfeld, Berelson and Hazel Gaudet. आपको ये सारे नाम याद करने हैं. Now let us solve few questions, PYQs and some set net questions. Okay, so this is a UGC net PYQ. The two-step flow of communication model says that most people form their opinions under the influence of friends, opinion leaders, opinion followers or families. Okay, very good. Bidan is saying B. How? Acha, okay, you corrected it. Very good. Everybody has given the right answer. So the right answer is opinion. This is a CPYQ. Okay, it has been asked in UGC net only. Then who formulated the two-step flow theory? This was a set exam question, very old. Okay, but we should solve it. So sometimes they can give you some confusing options also. They can repeat. So always remember the name of the book. It was People's Choice. Very good. Okay. So the right answer is A. Okay. Paul Lazarsfeld, Hazel Gaudet, Berelson. So in which year was this theory formulated? 1944. It was first formulated and published in 1948 in that book. Okay, the two-step flow theory was published in the book. Okay, very good. Kurtz along with Paul Lazarsfeld, he advanced this theory and they talked about the importance of interpersonal communication in 1955. Okay. Okay. So this is a very important question. What was the focus of the research that led to the formulation of the two-step flow theory? Advertising effectiveness, voters' decision-making process, media's influence on society and cultural studies in communication. Okay, so you have to remember this. So this is very new in your memory. You have just learned about this, but you shouldn't get confused in examination. You should know the historical context. So we just for everybody's revision, it started in 1940s. Okay, and if they ask you what kind of or what instrument of research did they use, so they used panel studies. They studied the voting patterns of the voters for a long period of time. Okay, also remember this, they did a series of panel studies. Okay, so it is a type of a longitudinal research, panel study. Okay, Remember this was empirical. What is empirical? So lot of quantitative research, numbers, data, then statistics. Okay, these many people are being impacted by the effects of media, these are not okay. So when it is all in the form of numbers, other researches were qualitative. Okay, so remember this was empirical research. ठीक है, इस तरह से आपसे मीडिया रिसर्च में भी इससे क्वेश्चन पूछे जाते हैं, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, इसलिए प्लीज मेक योर नोट्स. I will also add these points in this PDF, and all these PDFs you can access them digitally on our mock test series group also. चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं. Another very important theory in this users and limited effects perspective of media theory is users and gratification theory. Okay, now first let us see what kind of questions have been asked in various exams, then we shall understand about this theory. So this is the first question. This is a UGC net question. Okay, we are going to learn about this theory, but first I want to run you all through certain questions which have been asked in exam. After we cover this theory, you will find that you are able to answer all of them. So tell me, this is a PYQ of 2021. The concept of users and gratification is based on which research? Study quiz program, studying music programs on radio, children's study of comics, or study of films. Okay, what about others? Okay, we will see it. We will find the answer later. Users and gratification theory is an extension of Freud's psychoanalytic theory, Pavlov's classic conditioning. This is a set question. Okay, I have seen this question in WB set, West Bengal set. Okay, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, Skinner's operating conditioning. Okay, we will find the answer later. The users and gratification theory has a dash approach. So you will find a lot of questions I am just showing you. Okay, so till now we have studied about the two-step flow theory. Guys, always remember the perspective. You should connect the dots. Okay, so there are near about say 100 theories. How are you going to learn all of them? There has to be a way, na? So we are connecting dots. We are trying to connect theories with certain lens, जिससे वो हमारे दिमाग में जहन में बस सके. हमने एक lens देखा है. This is all limited effects. In the first class we learned about direct effect. In the next class we will learn about cumulative effect. Okay, then there is a lens to look at theories is normative theories, how media ought to work in a society. So we club all of them: democratic participant, authoritarian theory, or say development theory. Okay, when we look at from the lens of say technological determinism, we club all of them: hot and cool media, medium is the massage, media bias, okay, time bias, space bias. So all these theories get clubbed. So you should club at least 4 or 5 theories from single lens. Okay, or chronologically you should learn about them, else last में ना सब hodgepodge हो जाएगा, because it is this media theory part is a very tricky part in your syllabus, and without this you cannot grow or I would say do good in your research journey also. Okay, so now till now we learnt about two-step flow theory. This users and gratification theory is also suggesting the same thing. Okay, unlike direct effects, it suggests that people use media on their own accord or according to their own needs, uses. Okay, and it is very relevant. See, look around yourself. So say there is a same media technology, television. Okay, your father uses television or say mobile internet or YouTube for say stock market purposes or cricket news. Okay, and your brother might be watching it for films. Say if you have a younger brother, they might be watching it cartoon. Okay, you might be using these say YouTube for educational purposes. You might be looking for a lot of educational videos on UGC net, or at your stage you might be looking at videos for career advancement, okay, or finance. So it suggests that people use the media for their own need and get satisfied when their needs are fulfilled. So these all people, they use it for their own needs. Okay, it is a functionalist perspective. Then it argues that people use the media on their own accord rather than media influencing them. This theory is in contradiction to magic bullet theory. Okay, so it was propagated in 1974, but the research on this was going since 1940s. Okay, so this theory is attributed to researchers J.G. Blummer and Elihu Katz. In 1974 they published, this is very important, in which article or book was it published? They published the uses of communication, current perspectives of gratification research. Okay, this research was going on from 1940s, but this was published in 1974. Remember this. Okay, then uses and gratification theory is an extension of Maslow's hierarchy of needs that argues that people actively look to satisfy their needs based on hierarchy. Okay, so Maslow's hierarchy of needs, as all of you know, okay, this is taught in management courses also, and this is there in advertising also. So it is a psychological you can say perspective of looking at things. Okay, so there are 5 kinds of needs. First is the basic need is physiological need, which is roti kapda and makan. Then safety needs, which are personal security, employment, resources, health, property. Then comes our affective needs, which are love and belonging, okay, friendship, and these are all in order. So this is more prominent, then this is second most prominent, this is third most prominent, then this is fourth most prominent, this is last. Okay, then comes self-esteem, which is respect, status, recognition, strength, focus, and fifth is self-actualization. Okay, desire to become the most that one can be. Okay, so on this you can say hierarchy of needs, they also come up with certain needs. Okay, so which are cognitive needs, how people use this media. So there are 5 ways or 5 needs which media fulfills. Which first is cognitive needs. So you pursue cognition, or you can say cognition is related to information. आपको न्यूज़ से जानना है कि आज की नई घटनाएं क्या हो रही हैं, यूट्यूब से आपको इन्फॉर्मेशन चाहिए, ठीक है, आपको पढ़ना है या आपको नई चीज़ों के बारे में जानना है. सेकेंड इज what media fulfills is affective needs, which are emotional needs. Say you are using media to say you are using it for your relationship. Okay, you are making friends, you are using it for effective purposes. Okay, relationships, then other affective needs like emotions. Okay, you are watching a film and you are getting the, okay, so you are emoting watching a film or a serial. Okay, then third need which media fulfills is personal integrative needs like self-esteem. You look at certain posters, or say you look at jewelry advertisement, or say BMW advertisement, and you get an feeling of that self-esteem. Okay, that you can also aspire to buy all these products. Okay, or you look at certain supermodel, and you look at certain role model, and you aspire to be that person. So these are all self-esteem or personal integrative needs. Okay, then social integrative needs, as the name suggests, you use it to get socialized. Okay, you create communities, you become part of communities. So say there is a group, UGC Net Mass Communication group on Facebook. So it's a kind of social integration. You get to be a part of a community which with which you share something common. Okay, or you are a part of, say, media practitioners. Okay, or you can be a part of any social group. Then last is tension free needs, which directs us towards escapism. Okay, so we also use it for entertainment purposes, to escape from the reality for some time. And what are the key assumption of this theory? This is very important. So they can ask you in conceptual questions. So which among the following is not, or is the assumption of cognitive is related to information? Okay, so users and gratification theory ki which among the following is the assumption of gratification theory? They can ask you a question like this: which among the following is और इज नॉट. इस तरह से आपसे एक क्वेश्चन पूछा जा सकता है. ठीक है, assumption ऑफ UGT. ओके गाइज, हर थ्योरी का ईयर और उसके प्रोपोनेंट आपको कंठस्थ लर्न करने हैं. इससे क्वेश्चन पूछे जाएंगे बहुत बारी रिपीटेटिव मैच द फॉलोइंग में, और उससे संबंधित किताब लाइक ये बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट किताब है पीपल्स चॉइस. आपको लास्ट 10 साल के 10 पेपर्स में आपको कम से कम 3-4 बार इस किताब का जिक्र मिलेगा, कभी ईयर से. ठीक है, सो आपको प्रोपोनेंट, ईयर और किताब या कोई पब्लिश पेपर है, ठीक है, और की कॉन्सेप्ट जैसे ओपिनियन लीडर क्या है, और 2-3 क्वेश्चन हमेशा इन डेप्थ पूछे जाएंगे, उसके लिए आपको तैयार रहना है जिस तरह से हम पढ़ रहे हैं. ठीक है, सो की अजम्पशंस आर ऑफ दिस रिसर्च आर the audience is conceived to be active. If they say that in users and gratification theory the audience is passive, it is a wrong statement. ठीक है, so active और passive क्या होता है? The audience has power to choose, unlike that hypodermic needle theory जिसमें audience passive थी. Okay, what is passive? Passive is where audience doesn't have control. ठीक है, जो मीडिया उसको बता रही है वही वो सारी चीजें मान रहा है. सो एक्टिव एंड अदर इज पैसिव. इफ दे आस्क यू इन अ स्टेटमेंट बेस्ड फॉर्म दैट यूजर्स इन ग्रेटिफिकेशन थ्योरी द ऑडियंस आर पैसिव, इट इज अ रॉन्ग स्टेटमेंट. स्टेटमेंट 1 इज रॉन्ग, रिमेंबर. ठीक है, सो की अजम्पशन इज ऑडियंस इज कंसीव टू बी एक्टिव. ये लोग हैं, ये अपने डिसीजन ले सकते हैं, इनके पास पावर है. ठीक है, इन द मास कम्युनिकेशन प्रोसेस मच इनिशिएटिव इन लिंकिंग ग्रेटिफिकेशन. ओके, यूजर्स एंड ग्रेटिफिकेशन. आप लोग मुझे बता सकते हैं ग्रेटिफिकेशन का क्या मतलब है? आप एक अपनी अपनी भाषा में बताइए, आपको क्या लगता है आपके लिए जब हम बोलते हैं कि आई फाउंड ग्रेटिफिकेशन इन योर कंपनी और फ्रॉम योर स्टेटमेंट, सो व्हाट डज दैट एक्चुअली मीन? एंड मीडिया चॉइस लाइज विद द ऑडियंस मेंबर. ये बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट पैराग्राफ है, इससे बहुत बार क्वेश्चंस पूछे गए हैं. ठीक है, द मीडिया compete with other source of information, rightly so. Okay, so there are certain channels, they are competing with each other to grab your attention. This is very very relevant in contemporary times. Okay, so Z Media Network, Star Television, Colors TV or Netflix, Amazon Prime, Z, Sony Live, they all are competing. So media competes with each other to with other sources of satisfaction. Okay, yes, you can in layman terms call it satisfaction. ठीक है, many of the goals of mass media use can be derived from data supplied by individual audience. So just like two-step flow theory, okay, it is also suggesting that empirical research, data-based research in which we are doing surveys, we are asking people, okay, it can define the gratification and uses of media. We can go like we can take 1,000 samples and we can ask them individually how which use of media is more gratifying for you. Okay, so yes, to feel valuable gratitude. Okay, very good inputs. Then value judgments, it is a very important point. They are suggesting that what kind of content some person is watching, it is not significant in this kind of research. So value judgments about cultural significance of mass communication should be suspended. Okay, while audience orientations are explored on their own terms. So say you find that a lot of people are watching say a film like Kabir Singh or Animal. So while doing this research, it should be quantitative. Okay, you should avoid the value judgment that this is anti-feminist films, okay, or it is, you can say, classist film. So the value judgments about cultural significance of mass communication should be suspended while audience orientations are explored on their own terms. Why they are watching should be of more concern rather than the value judgment. Okay, so now, and some historical context which is very important. So this theory was published in 1974, but the research was going on from 1940s. Okay, so the whole limited effects, it started in late 1930s and early 1940s with two-step flow and other researches, okay, like users and gratification. So early research was concerned with topics such as children's use of comics. ये क्वेश्चन पूछा गया है और एनटीए ने आंसर गलत दिया है, ठीक है, and the absence of newspapers during newspaper strike. So they found that, say, newspaper, so every person has different uses and gratification to it. So children uses it for, say, Sudoku games or comics. Then say young people use the newspaper for reviews, film reviews, art and culture, lifestyle. Your parents, your mama and your father might be using it for say cognitive purposes related to the inflation, okay, or recent happenings or stock market, okay, all these things. So by 1944, researchers began to look into earliest forms of uses and gratification with their work, classifying the reasons why people choose specific type of media. Okay, it is a user centric approach. See, these are all PYQ based points. They are all are इनसे ही क्वेश्चन आपसे पूछा जाएगा, मैं आपको दिखा भी दूंगा. और ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट थ्योरी है. मैंने सेट नेट के एग्जाम्स में देखा है कि बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस पूछे जाते हैं, सिर्फ यूजीसी नेट नहीं, और जो बच्चे CUET की तैयारी कर रहे हैं उनके लिए भी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, बिकॉज दिस इज अ फाउंडेशनल थ्योरी. सो आई टॉक्ड अबाउट फाउंडेशंस द इन माय स्ट्रैटेजी क्लास. सो दीज आर ऑल फाउंडेशनल कॉन्सेप्ट्स. आपको BGMC में भी मिलेंगे, आपके MJMC में भी मिलेंगे. सो प्लीज डू लर्न अबाउट देम वेरी प्रॉपरली. ठीक है. देन it is a user-centric approach that focuses on how people use media for their own personal uses and gratification. The theory emphasizes motives and self-perceived needs of audience members. Blummer, J. Blummer, Eliu Kurtz and Govovich was another scholar, argued that different people could use the same communication for different purposes. This can be a statement-based question. Okay, so क्या कह रहे हैं कि मैंने आपको एग्जाम्पल दिया ना कि आप अपने परिवार में ही देखिए, आप अपने घर में देखिए, न्यूज़पेपर है, ठीक है. डिफरेंट पीपल के कुड यूज द सेम कम्युनिकेशन मैसेज फॉर डिफरेंट पर्पसेस. से आपके घर में एक न्यूज़पेपर आया है, ओके, एंड दिस कैन बी पुट इन टू यूज इन डिफरेंट वेज. सो योर इफ यू हैव younger brother and sisters, they might use it for those Chacha Chaudhary comics or Amul cartoons or Sudoku. Okay, you might be using it for say educational purposes. You might be learning a lot of current affairs. Your father and mother might be looking at news related to inflation or other things. Okay, the recent policies or new laws or say cricket. Okay, so same communication message can be put into different uses by different users. आप अपने घर में भी आप इसका एग्जाम्पल देख सकते हैं. टेलीविजन है, ठीक है, कोई उसको मतलब जो हाउस होम मेकर्स होते हैं, दे यूजुअली ओके दे रियली लव दोज आफ्टरनून शोज. सो दिस इज अ प्रूवन फैक्ट. देयर आर रिसर्चेस व्हाई इन आफ्टरनून देयर इज सेपरेट प्रोग्रामिंग फॉर होम मेकर्स. लाइक यू विल फाइंड दोज खाना खजाना शोज, ओके, दोज फूड कुकरी शोज विच आर जस्ट टेलीकास्टेड ड्यूरिंग द आफ्टरनून, say 2 to 3, 3 to 4, and while there are many retelecast of those say K series dramas, all those sitcoms, Saas Bahu dramas, there is a retelecast. Why? Because many homemakers they are engaged in say homely chores during those peak hours. So 8 to 9, 9 to 10 they might be busy with their household chores, so there are separate retelecast programming. Okay, so this is very important. They are suggesting that different people could use the same communication message for different purposes. Okay, the same media content may gratify different needs of different individuals. आपको इनकी सारी needs याद रखनी है, ठीक है. First is cognition need, affective need, personal integrative needs, social integrative needs and tension free needs, which relates to escapism. Now let us solve few questions. Okay, so the concept of this is a question which was asked in 2022, I guess June exam. This is a PYQ. The concept of uses and gratification is based on which research? So the right answer should be study of comics, and the answer given by NT I guess was study of quiz program. Okay, so the right answer would be children's study of comics. Okay, chaliye. Users and gratification theory is an extension of, this was a set question, not UGC net. Okay, very good. Subhashish, Swag Kanya, Bidhan, Ayushi. What about others? Bidhan, you are saying Skinner's operating conditioning. How? ओके गुड अभिनय, अभी तो पढ़ा था बेटा हमने कि ये मास्लोज हायरार्की के से रिलेटेड है. सी इट इज एन एक्सटेंशन ऑफ मास्लोज हायरार्की. सर द लास्ट क्वेश्चन सेज नॉट. Okay, okay, okay. Very good, Swag Kanya. Actually, this is a blunder on my part. So the question says the concept of uses and gratification is not based. Okay. So this is my oversight. You're right. She's right. So the answer given by NTA is study of quiz program, which is right. Okay. Okay. Good, Swag Kanya. I actually missed this not part. She's right. Actually, she's right. She's saying, sir, not is given. So this is a blunder on my part. So you should all clap for Swag Kanya. You should have a key, insight on all the questions like she had right now. Okay, so very good for pointing out my mistake. So the right answer would be, let us read this question again. The concept of uses and gratification is not based. Okay, very good, Swag Kanya. On which research? So study of quiz program, no. Study of music programs on radio, it was there. Children's comics, study of films. Right answer would be study of quiz. Okay, very good, Swag Kanya. So I am wrong here actually. Okay, it is study of quiz program. Now users and gratification theory is an extension of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Okay, ये हमने already कर लिया था. चलिए आगे. The users and gratification theory has a feedback centric. Why Bidhan you are giving I guess you are not reading the questions properly. We just learnt about it, na? The uses and gratification theory has dash approach. Is it a media centric? No, it will be say direct effects. Policy centric? No, it is not talking about policy. Feedback centric. It is not talking about feedback. Okay, it was a okay, typo error. No problem. Okay, so it will be a user centric approach. Okay, then this is also a PYQ of 2022 UGC net. Okay, no, this is related to advertising, so we are going to learn about it later. Okay, so guys, that was all from my side. I hope you learned new theories. In the next class we are going to learn about psychological theories, social psychological theories. Okay, from the perspective of psychology, like spiral of silence, then cognitive dissonance, okay, then attitude change theory. All these theories we will club them in this perspective. Now there is a question for all of you. So we learnt about the concept of opinion leaders. Okay, we have already covered all the models of communication, and we have also assessed our knowledge on the basis of that mock test of 50 questions on models of communication. In one of the models of communication there was a reference to opinion leaders. You have to tell me, okay, which model of communication actually talked about opinion leaders. Okay, so I actually talked about it. Okay, there was a reference. I gave you the reference that this model also talks about opinion leaders, and you have to tell me in the comment box, and I'm going to give you a prompt reply also. This can be a very important MCQ in future also. Which model of communication talks about opinion leaders? Okay, and this concept is going to be repeated in development communication when we talk about diffusion of innovation theory. But you have to tell me, this is a very important question, which model of communication talks about opinion leaders. Okay, so somebody is saying Lazarsfeld model of communication. It is not the right answer. Okay, so if you like this video, learn something from this video, consider subscribing to our channel if you have already not, and please like it, share it with your friends. Okay, thank you.